When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I concede you may use any language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bake looks inspired of usual slumber to plunder you. First your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes and your sheet slips demurely from under you. Then the blanketing tickles you feel like Miss Pickles, so terribly sharp as the pricking. And you're hot and you're cross and you tumble and toss so there's nothing to fix you in the ticking. Then the bedclothes all creep to the ground in a heap and you pick them all up in a tangle. As your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle, will you get some repose in the form of a doze without eyeballs and head ever aching? And your slumbering teams are such horrible dreams that you'd very much better be waking. For you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is somewhere between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And you're giving a treat, penny ice and cold meat, to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde and they all came on board at Sloane Square at South Kensington stations. And bound on that journey you find your attorney who started that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized and you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. And you're driving like mad with a singular lad, by the ship's now a four-wheeler. And you're playing round games and he calls you bad names and you tell him that size by the dealer. All this you can't stand, so you throw up your hand and you feel you're as cold as an icicle. In your shirt and your socks, the black silk with gold clocks, crossing Salisbury Plain in a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which they somehow are rather invested in. And he's telling the tars all the particulars of a company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices, so goods like off misses to cables. Which tickled the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. You get a good spade and a plant to sword chase and first take off his boots to the boot tree. And his legs will take root and his fingers will shoot till he blossoms and buds like a fruit tree. From the green grocery tree you get grapes and green pea, cauliflower, pineapple and cranberries. From the page you could plant cherry brandy will grant up of puffs and pecaners and banberries. The shares are a penny and ever so many are taken by roast hard and bearing. And just as a few are allotted to you, you awake with a shudder despairing. You're a regular wreck with a crick in your neck, and no wonder you snore, for your head's on the floor and you've needles and pins to your soles, so your shins and your flexes a crib for your leg is asleep. You cramp your toes and a fly in a nose and a fluffy and a lung and a feverish tongue and a thirst that's intense in a general sense that you haven't been sleeping in clover. But the darkness has passed and it's daylight at last, and the night has been long, ditto ditto my song. And thank goodness they're both of them all.